So as I conclude, what would I recommend? Well, I would say, like I said before, we're very lucky in English in England. We have a language which travels all over the world, and we use it as an excuse to not learn other people's languages. And I think that's a great shame. If you have a chance to learn a language, learn a language. There are concepts that other languages have that we don't have, and it's an enriching experience to kind of dive in. It's also a really scary experience because you haven't been in that position since you were a little kid. And it's okay when you're a little kid to not know how to speak, because we expect that. But as an adult learning a foreign language, it's a very humbling position, particularly when a Russian kid tells you that your Russian is crap, because they have no filter. Also, live abroad. If you get the chance, I mean, Chris is always trying to send people abroad, but if you get the chance to live and work in another culture, take it. I think many of the world's problems would be lessened if we just lived somewhere else and spent some time in somebody else's shoes and realised quite how, in some ways, similar to us they are, but also to recognise those differences. And I think, finally, I would just say we have to talk about the difficult stuff. I'm probably the youngest person in the room, but in my lifetime, I think I've seen a shift in public discourse, and that it has become increasingly polarised. And we live in an era of social media bubbles where we're in our echo chamber and we're just listening to all the same people who believe the same things as us. And I think it's really dangerous because we get so far apart that we lose any kind of common ground. And I think the more important but more difficult thing to do is to say, let's sit down with the people who we really dislike, maybe, the people who have beliefs that we think are absolutely abhorrent. Let's sit down with them and talk, because we might discover that if we track back from where we're believing now to somewhere, we might find some common ground that we can start from and then talk about things. And maybe we will have to reassess some of the things that we believe. Maybe we'll help other people to reassess some of the things that they believe and build a better world together. Thank you very much.
That was part 6, the final part of this 4Sight talk. Click here to subscribe, click here for the previous episode, click here for a playlist of all the episodes in the series, and click here for my series on YouTube tips for business.